So I need an advice because there's something that's been troubling my spirit, and I'm sure many Christians probably go through this, whether they've thought about it or not. It's something that they do that I feel like I'm giving God leftovers. And what I mean is, I spend a lot of time in work, and if I'm not working, I'm probably just doing something that I particularly feel I have so much interest in that has nothing to do with God. And whatever time I'm left of the day, I then start allocating to God. Like 5 minutes before I go to bed, then I say, let me just say a prayer, or let me just go through this chapter. And it's something that I really want to caution myself against as I share with you, hoping that you also get to assess yourself in case you're doing the same thing. That we need to prioritize God. Like, God has literally got to be at the top of the list. I know life, because we live and life is so demanding, our time is always so filled up with a lot of activities because of our responsibilities and the need to provide for our families. But see how you can prioritize God despite all that busy schedule. You know, I was listening to a certain Dr. Caroline Leaf online, and she on YouTube, and she mentioned something that I found very fascinating: how you can train your mind to communicate with God throughout the day. Like, literally, even when you're busy working or when you are busy doing other things, you are praying in your head. And it takes practice. The same way you'd work out in a gym in order to lose weight. You need to do that regularly for your body to respond, right? For your body to get used to that, and for your body to just shed off the weight you want to let go of. But when it comes to God, I think we take it for granted just how much we need to train our mind to always be engaging in conversations with God. Like, when you're busy working on your computer, you could say a prayer every 10 seconds. At the beginning, because you're cautious of it, because you're not used to it, you literally have to be very calculative about it. Like, at a certain point when you feel like your thoughts have derailed and are no longer prayerful, you shift back to the prayer mode. And maybe the first 10 days or so, it's going to be like that. You're going to struggle to maintain or to have the consistency of talking to God every 10 seconds. But as you train your mind, ultimately it comes naturally. And I'm getting into this, I'm sharing so that I do not do that alone, and I do not deny you the opportunity to engage with your God every 10 seconds of the day. So just train your mind so that you learn to prioritize God, that even as you engage in things of the world, you are talking to God silently. I say this to say, even in your calling, don't make the talent that God has given you, or whatever mandate that God has given you, a matter of interest. Make it like it's an issue of urgency. If God has called you to share his word. Make plenty of time for that. If you are meant to sing for God, praise God, do that. Make time for that. Like, if God has called you to do something, let it not be just something you deem as an area of interest. Let it be an area of priority, something you ought to do no matter what. Prioritize God. Thank you. Just a word I wanted to share.